Hey everyone, welcome to the next installment in the series of Wolfpack Pro tutorials. This one's going to be a more advanced session, so if you haven't watched the basics, be sure to go back and watch the intro video. I explain in that one all about the various symbols that you see on the indicator and how the indicator generates these and why you can trust them. So here I have the key. This is what I'm using currently. If you want to screenshot this, feel free. And I'm going to get a more professional PDF style version shortly. But for now, let's take a look at the Ethereum charts. And you guys be sure to thumbs up the video if you enjoy hearing from me. It'll boost me in the YouTube algorithm and really help me out. So thumbs up the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for everyone who goes ahead and does that right now. So let's first off just remove all of the drawings and I'll start fresh here. So the first thing that you should see is these downward triangles should be catching your eye. And these are significant. And these appear on lower highs. And they're so significant that not only should we be drawing, as everyone should already know, your downwards resistance lines on your chart, but we can also do that on Wolfpack Pro. Now, this is an incredible powerful strategy. So we have our momentum resistance here, and oftentimes this catches earlier entries than simple price support and resistance, because we can see what's actually going on with the momentum. So here's our support, and these are trigger waves in the bullish direction, but we also have bearish trigger waves in the downwards direction. So we have what we can call just a cone formation here. And as you saw last night, price wanted to bounce off this line. We see that there is a trigger wave trying to form. However, it cannot. And if you look very, very closely, it's even a lower low. So we had these bullish trigger waves with the pattern of creating higher lows, and then we didn't. And this was before price completely fell off the edge of a cliff. Ethereum tanked hard last night. So what could we have seen here to prepare for this? If you were in a long position, anywhere along this downward sloping line would have been a great time to close your position. And as soon as we have the pattern change as well, this would be a dead giveaway. We have this higher low, and then this is a lower low. And we also have momentum exiting the cone formation here. So we print a red dot, and then watch what happens. We have the next candle, the next one after the red dot, price fell out of the cone. And if you're just looking at price action on the chart, you would have been a little bit slow on that one. There are other examples of this happening as well. For example, right here, we have our momentum resistance. And all you want to do is draw that line so it just touches as many peaks as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect. There are going to be various ways that you can draw them across the peaks. And among those possibilities, one of them is going to be the correct and most accurate one and the most reliable one. And the quicker we can deduce and rule out the false ones, the more profit you're going to make. You're going to get in at a lower position and you're going to get out earlier and make more profit. And the best way to do this is just practice. So here's an example. We have the downwards momentum. If you set an alert on your phone, you would have gotten the golden cross notification. This turned out to be a great trade. However, we had these lower highs. So we had this lower low and a higher low. And the information we had, if we scroll back, we would have said, okay, we have lower highs, we also have higher lows. So which side's going to win? Well, as soon as we cross out of this downward slope, we've broken through our momentum. So we could, back here, back in time, we could draw that line and then we could say, okay, well, set an alert on Wolfpack. Please notify me if this wave cuts above this resistance. So just estimate it, get an alert, and you'll be able to walk away after making your analysis, go enjoy your life, and you'll only need to come back to the charts once the notification comes in that you've broken out. So we would enter this trade after we've broken out, after the bar closes, so around here, and then we would close our position. We're going to have a higher high come in, and we can close the position once we have a lower high coming in. So this would be a sell signal. You could hang on to the trade. You could suspect that maybe it'll come down and bounce even higher. So there's one more push here, and then we just have this sequence of lower highs. So that would be a great exit area anywhere here. Now, something interesting to take note of here in real time, I'll just quickly give an analysis of what I think is about to happen. We have this resistance line that we haven't been able to cross from here all the way down, and we're approaching it right now. So we're also approaching this resistance here on the 30-minute chart. So this is a very likely bounce point. The wave could come down, and what we'd want is for a bounce here. So I have my alerts set up on Wolfpack. You can set yours up. If you don't have enough alerts, then you can join my Discord, and in my Patreon section, I've handpicked the best charts, the best coins, and in one click, you can give yourself a role for your favorite coin, your favorite chart to look at, and you can customize all the alerts that you get sent directly from Wolfpack in real time. So here, if I get an alert that either price bounces off this line, so I'm expecting a golden cross to print, or if I have an alert that this wave right here crosses above this downwards resistance line, that's also a buy signal, because this downwards resistance will now become our support, so we can expect a higher bounce. Of course, it could just reject downwards and keep going down. We have to understand that there are many possibilities here, and we have to form a hypothesis and trade based off that hypothesis. And if we're incorrect, so if we go long and then price falls below this support, that's an exit signal right there. So we want our stop loss to be in a safe area, of course. The best way to set your stop loss to avoid whale dumps and stop hunters is to use the ATR tool, so average true range. I just use the built-in one. And if you bought this emerald or this golden cross, ATR was at value of 26 at that time. So we would take the last swing low and we would minus 26 from it. So that's 1 ATR. So we would go, here's the swing low and the wick, 1,934, and we would minus 26 from it, and our stop loss would be somewhere around here. So we would be safe from these wicks, essentially. And if we're correct, then we would want this wave to keep coming up into the green. And if for whatever reason we start hitting this resistance and it curves down in that situation, we would expect a bounce, and if it doesn't bounce, we exit. So each trade is going to be different. You're not going to have the same support and resistance. Sometimes you're using patterns. Sometimes you're using support and resistance, and it's best to use Confluence with both of those. And you can also use price, support, and resistance for setting targets, and you can really estimate the waves more accurately when you understand that. So what I'm expecting with this wave is it's right at the line now, and we might start seeing it flatten out and crossing down. We also see price action is slowing down. So that's also a possibility in real time. So just in summary here with this cone example, we saw the lower highs, we saw the higher lows. We didn't know which direction it was going to break. However, towards the end here, we started seeing a higher low and then a lower low, and then it broke through. So we broke the pattern, and that's an excellent indication. And furthermore, you can cross-check multiple time frames. We have this on the 4-hour chart. Always check as soon as we hit this bearish divergence and it confirmed here. This peak is so much lower than the first one, although price is the same. So we were due for a pullback. And as soon as this confirmed, we start seeing this price slump on the 30-minute chart. As soon as the 4-hour bearish divergence confirmed, we cannot break through this limit. So you guys, I strongly recommend that you block out price and you master this indicator by scrolling back, go to a random time frame, and just practice. Just practice. Draw your resistance lines. You want to draw these in. And for example, you see price bounces off once. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to hit every peak. So twice, 3 times. And then assuming you don't know what's happening and you're only operating off information you would have in real time, as soon as price goes beyond this, that would be a buy signal. And we would be looking to exit on, say, a lower high. So we would be hoping that price just continues to make higher highs and higher highs forever, but eventually it's going to make lower highs. And oftentimes it's making these lower highs before a massive pullback. Right here, you would have been fine. You could take profits on this confirmed bearish divergence. And it's not always going to automatically draw in the line. You should be good at spotting these lower highs. So this is the area, lower high, lower high, lower high, to take profits. And then we come down here. We reject off this resistance line. And after we cross above it, the wave hovers a little bit. This is the accumulation phase, and the wave comes up. And we could sell on this lower high here. So depending on what kind of trader you are, a swing trader, a position trader, if you want to hodl, you should still understand these core fundamentals. And the specifics of the types of examples that you will run into, there are more complicated versions. There are more fakeouts. Sometimes you'll see a higher high right before a dump that seems to break through resistance and you don't understand why. Oftentimes that's due to FOMO buyers buying the peaks and not realizing they're about to get dumped on by the whales. So this indicator, what the goal is to help people not get dumped on by whales. I want everyone who uses it to be successful. I'm offering a free trial. If anyone wants to come by my Discord, send me a message. I'll hook you up. If any of your friends want to try it out, share it around, and hopefully we can all increase our profits this year. So I'll get into a few more examples in the next video. I'll leave that here for now, and if you guys have any questions, comment them down below. I'll try my best to respond as quickly as I can. And thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you watching all the way to the end if you made it here. So have a good day, and I'll see you around.